Hey everybody, this is Tim from the Marching Roundtable, and look who I'm here with. You got up this morning because you are important. Chris Green from Fruhauf.
And Director's Assistant.
Absolutely, and look who we're standing behind. I did not know, I'm sorry to say, I did not realize that the very super cool Academy uniform from this past summer was what you guys did.
Yeah, for the past 2 years, we've started going into drum corps a little bit more. We also did Phenom, which is the sound sport group for Academy.
Oh.
And then last year we picked up the first-time world-class finalist Mandarins, which we have on the other side of our booth.
So we're going to go over and look at the Mandarins a little later on. There'll be another video about that one. So what are you doing here? We're at FMEA in Tampa.
Yes.
So what are you doing here? Just talking to people?
Well, we're talking about the new Black Label Flex fabric line we're doing. It's the most flexible fabric we have on the market that's not spandex. So a lot of people, we're doing these indoor uniforms, but they are not the most flattering for everybody.
But let's talk about that. So wait,
Okay.
it's flexible, you called it? What was the word you used?
Flex fabric, FLX is what we're calling it.
Okay.
And it's basically a really light fabric, and this is what we're making the Academy uniform out of.
It's nice.
It's
Feels-
very lightweight, it's movable, and for Florida especially, it's breathable. So we're not holding in all that moisture, we're not holding in all that heat. So it allows the kids to breathe, move, whether they're doing show style or contemporary core style or dancing. Any of the choreography everyone's doing these days allows them the chance to be able to move around in a flexible way and still look good and last.
So it moved, because that's what everybody's saying. We're using these new uniforms because they want to be able to move.
Right.
They want the uniform to move with them. But
Right.
I'm nervous about, you said spandex.
Mhm.
I think sometimes the fabrics are too body conscious.
Very body
for
conscious.
my comfort level for students.
Yes.
So why is this different?
Well, it's
Not to get too technical, I know, but I mean, like,
Don't
it's
get
not
technical.
super huggy.
No,
it's not. It's not. Okay, hey, we're gonna get a demonstration. All right, so here we are. Okay.
So these bibbers are flex fabric.
Wait, you're not on screen. Wait.
There you go.
Okay.
So you start off with materials like this, which are doing like the typical undershirts a lot of people are doing for their Under Armour, under gear, okay? And then this is just an underlay underneath the vest, so they can change it out as they go. Well, flex fabric here, you can kind of see, it moves and it stretches a great deal without it being so form-fitting that it shows white. Because a spandex feel,
Okay, so it's not like it's gonna show every bump and curve and.
no. It's still
Okay.
form-fitting because we do have it cinched in certain areas so we get the body form of the student.
Okay.
But not so much that we're showcasing areas that we don't want to showcase. And that's one of the biggest issues I have with spandex is it's a little too form-fitting in areas.
This is my big issue with
Yes.
like I don't want to see
Right.
lots of stuff
Exactly.
on kids too tight. Okay, so you're saying this fits sort of in the middle.
If it's the middle a little bit.
Okay,
and
all
someone
right.
just showed up that should come talk
Oh, there he
about
is!
our flex fabric.
The man of the hour has appeared. Hey, so nice to see you.
Good morning, how are you?
And Chris, introduce him.
Okay, this is the man himself, Mr. Kenny Fruhauf.
Good morning.
So you have the Fruhauf name.
Yes, I do.
So are you where do you fall in the lineage of this company?
Fourth generation, my brother Richard and I share the company, and actually his son Landon has joined the company, so now we have 5 generations of Fruhaufs running the uniform
So that
company.
means who started it? Your father, your grandfather, your
Great-grandfather. Herman,
Seriously? You said
started.
fourth. Okay, just doing my math.
Yes.
Fourth
company,
generation.
Company started in 1910, so we're celebrating our 109th year in business.
Okay, so is it bad that I did not know that you guys have been around 109 years? Like, I'm so glad I'm learning this today. That's amazing.
Well,
it's a long time.
We don't want to keep it a secret, that's for sure, but we have some really cool stuff that we're doing right now. I know just a few moments ago, Chris was talking about our flex fabric and
Very interesting
our Black
stuff.
Label uniform.
And as you heard me saying, I'm worried about all this spandex being too tight on students, so this seems to solve that problem.
It does, definitely. It gives them the ability to move and perform, but yet at the same time the garment the material is not tight. It doesn't fit really snug on you, but it gives you the ability to do the movements that you need to do.
So, all right, so I'm working on my camera here. So I'm still learning how to use my gimbal. It's very cool, but I'm not.
That's
not
a cool
pro.
piece.
Yeah, so it helps to show the line of the body, helps the student to move, but I'm not going to see every bump and cranny that I don't want to see.
That is correct. The material The material is exactly.
It's not just a cranny.
Exactly.
Is that the wrong choice? Okay, anyway.
It's exactly like it has been in the past.
Okay.
And it's a woven material. This is 100% polyester. What we've done is we've actually, with the Black Label line, we've taken the oversize out of the uniform to make it a little more form-fitting, but it's not tight like wearing a tight piece of spandex.
Okay, so Chris is demonstrating.
Yes.
So these are some like the sleeveless things that some people are really into these days. This is very form-fitting and tight. This is different. So we do have the option.
So wait, this is just a sleeve that you can add to
This is just
your...
a sleeve.
Okay.
You see some drum corps and marching bands, even that some of the indoor units are doing that. But it's a little bit different than what you see on the Academy and the Mandarins.
So if you want the option to wear a sleeveless jacket, for instance, and you may want to switch the undertop out, which will change the uniform considerably, you could use a sleeve to slide up. So it hides the arm, but yet it gives a lot of flashing color and movement.
So you wouldn't necessarily have to have a whole shirt on. You could actually just buy the sleeve, which would be, I'm assuming, would be much more affordable.
Yeah, much less expensive, most definitely. And it comes in numerous lengths and so forth, so it doesn't have to go all the way up. It could be more of a gauntlet kind of fit or just on the forearm. But as far as the design itself, the imagination, as far as you can see, is what we can produce to make it happen.
Okay, so this summer, I had the great privilege to talk to a lot of the drum corps designers about putting their shows together.
Yes.
The most popular, interesting, well, I shouldn't say the most popular, one of the ones everybody was talking about was Mandarins, obviously.
Wonderful.
And when I had the conversation with, it's, I'm forgetting names.
Ike Jackson?
Yes.
And Mario?
Mario.
Yeah.
Mario's talking about how he designed it. He was talking about the zippers, and I didn't get to see it, so can we go over and look at
sure.
it? Okay, so they have the Mandarin's uniform right here on display, and I'm going to see if I can figure out how to get this on camera. Actually, I'm going to turn this.
He's going to edit the video later.
I am, so yeah. So they're pulling it down so I can see it. I'm tearing up their whole display here. Okay, so I've been so excited to see this. He talked about how the zippers were added, so can you show us that?
Yes, the zippers. The zippers we placed into the front of the uniform, so this was some kind of a mimic off of their Mandarin's logo, but they wanted it to be something just a little bit more edgy and exotic, but yet at the same time they wanted to be able to see the material through so that you would have this additional
This
look.
is really cool. This is really cool. So you could have it closed, or you could open it to show the color.
You could,
And that was a take on their Mandarin logo, their M or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Can't believe I'm finally seeing this in person after talking about it. If you haven't watched it, go to Marching Arts Education and watch the free video with the Mandarin staff. They're so amazing.
Yeah.
And what a summer they had. Holy crap.
Oh,
So
it's
here it
great.
is. And the whole, I don't know if I'm getting it all on there, but this cool
Okay.
skirt,
So what we have is we have like a lower cape and we have a skirt, and this is actually just attached by a waistband right here, and underneath is the Black Label Flex
that we were talking about.
Whatever we're talking about.
Yep.
So this stretchy, movable fabric. It's so amazing what you guys are doing.
It's like a very lightweight naga hide, so it has some stretch and elastic to it, so that it'll stay on, but yet be very comfortable for the performer. We feel that if the performer
Naga hide. Okay.
Yeah, it's a lightweight.
Because it looks like leather.
It looks like leather.
From the field. We all thought it was leather.
They have a great texture.
And it's all theater, people. It's all theater. But no, this is so cool. I'm so excited I'm getting to see this.
Yeah.
So you guys are doing great work.
Well, thank you.
Because I love both of these. That you have the two examples here. You have the Mandarins and Academy. I loved both of these looks.
They turned out
like
really
the
well.
Academy guys, they looked. They looked clean and sharp.
Very
and
academic, right?
Yeah, it's like I wanted to wear that around. Like, are you selling those to the public? No, I would never wear this out to a club. Never mind. No,
okay.
Not that I ever go out to a club. Okay, I need to stop this interview soon. This is so cool to get to meet you, and congrats on 109 years in business. I'm really impressed. And I hear that there are maybe more high-profile groups with you guys, but you can't say yet.
That is.
If he told me, he would have to kill me, and we don't want that to happen. So, but I'm excited for you guys.
Well, thank you very much. We are too. The next generation coming in, it has so much energy and excitement, And Chris has done an awesome job here in Florida, and also with his association with a lot of drum corps around the country. He has been very, very helpful.
Well, and I was going to say, the thing that I'm most impressed with meeting you, Ken, is that you can put up with Chris. So
that isn't quite.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Chris is great.
We work well together. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you for talking to you guys. It was wonderful.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so I'm still at the Fruhauf booth, and we're looking at the hat from the Mandarins because I thought this was really cool. There have been discussions about wraps for hats. I'll link some of those so you can find them. So here, Chris is showing me the
Mandarin shaker.
Wait, how do I get this thing on camera? Come on, work. Okay. So show us how this thing comes apart. Like, it's just a wrap that's been attached.
Okay. So with all the wraps.
Whoa. Sorry. Okay. No, it's my fault. You just do your thing.
Okay.
I'll try to be a cameraman.
So all the wraps are like a one-size-fit-all, so they can go over any kind of Shako.
See, this is so great, people. This innovation and these. Yeah, look at that. It's over any Shako, you can change the way it looks. Okay, so show me what this looks like.
Okay, so it's just light and flexible, and all we did up here was connect in.
That's it.
That's it.
And what is this? Some sort of plastic Naugahyde something?
Yeah, it's a vinyl slick with a plastic mylar on the inside for firmness, so that it stands straight.
And then how did you get the top to bend like that? You show me that little trick. It's just
have a hook and a little hook and a hook right on the side. Mix it together.
Okay, so design teams trying to. You don't have to buy a whole new uniform. Just wrap your Shako to concept your show.
By calling Fruhauf, letting us design those cool Shako wraps and sleeves and drops and all the things to change. You don't have to change the entire uniform for your show. You can modify aspects of it.
And you don't have to put them in spandex unitards that look horrible, as we've already discussed on our other video. So yay, thank you for showing me. That's such a smart thing. Anybody can do this. And they're pretty affordable, right?
Yeah, they're not bad at all.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. I'm gonna have to borrow that later too. Thanks. Hey, this is Tim. I'm at FMEA convention in Tampa, and I'm at the Stanbury booth. So here we are. You can see, and I'm with Eric Sabach. Eric, how are you?
Real good, Tim, and yourself?
Nice to see you.
Awesome. Happy New
So
Year.
we're standing in front of. There it is.
There it is. World champions.
World champion Vanguard. So you guys did the uniforms. Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
What a phenomenon it was. So, what's going on here? What are you guys doing?
This is one of our many state music educator trade shows that happen across the country throughout the wintertime and springtime. And we're here now showing our wares to all of the band directors in the state of Florida. Next month we'll be at Texas Music Educators in San Antonio.
Absolutely.
Second week of February, and we're interacting with band directors, letting them know about our manufacturing, our quality, our design, working with them on their designs to give them a truly unique look. We don't want to be cookie cutter. We don't want to see bands wearing the same uniform in different colors. So we really work with our clients at creating a unique experience for them.
Well, and there's the poster child right there. That's the most unique and usual thing. So do you get a lot of reactions from that? Like, oh, wow, you guys did such great work with the Vanguard. I want to talk to you. Does that happen?
That happens a lot.
I would assume it happens.
And that's kind of like going to New York City Fashion Show in the fall or in the springtime. You know, that's something that, you know, the best in the world obviously wears.
Right.
But we do everything from East Texas military bands with cadet jackets and cross belts, and they march 30-inch steps 6 to the 5 and do parade formations, kind of like Texas A&M.
Right.
Wonderful stuff. Another genre of our activity to historic black college show band uniforms, to the most traditional, to the most crazy for our high school groups. So we do a little bit of everything. Winter weather uniforms, hot weather uniforms, hybrids that are kind of part color guard costume, part band uniform. So we like to think that we're pretty much the do-all for.
Wait, you mean hybrid, like this new trend of the new looks? Is that what you're calling it, a hybrid? That's a new term for me.
Hybrid,
makes sense.
Hybrid, I also call them modular uniforms, because you might get a vest that has the ability to have a drape come down the front, that drape could change every year. It might have a hip cape that could change every year. It might be that stretch wear top that could be red for your home football games if that's your school color, or it could be clouds and sky, and you could take the vest off and have a completely different look for your show.
Interesting. So I never thought of it. That's an interesting way you're phrasing that.
Modular or hybrids.
Okay. All right. It makes perfect sense to me. You have to be careful with the fabrics on those. It's one of my big sort of concerns. So what are you guys doing to make sure they're hanging right on the kids?
Yeah, it's all about two things. It's all about fit.
Okay.
And making sure that you get the right fit for the right students. And some of the smaller companies that are out there are just offering your small, your mediums, your larges, your extra larges, where we offer a 38 regular, we offer a 38 tall, a short, a stout. That's how the patterning is how you get the right fit and the measuring of the student.
And what about the fabrics? 'Cause I have concerns about the fabrics. Sometimes they're showing more bumps and creases and crevices than I want to see. Did I say that wrong?
Yeah.
So
well,
anyway, you know what I mean.
Well, that starts with the design. You have to be able
Okay.
to look at the students and see the. Obviously, if I was to wear one of those things that you're talking about, you'd see a lot more bumps and creases than you would want to.
Well, my point is, I don't like body conscious stuff on high school kids.
Yeah.
It's one thing if you have these 20-year-olds in the Vanguard, they're going to look great in everything, and they're athletic, and they're out there all summer. So what are you telling directors about those fabrics they need to be using or the designs?
I talk to them that marching band directors are always looking to recruit and get more kids into the program, and that they want the bigger marching band. And if you're going from 50 to 60, or if you're going from 250 to 275, band directors are always looking for more students in the program. So I tell them from my experience, I was a thin kid in high school, and I've grown up and grown out. But you have high school kids that have body issues that it's natural for them, and it's nothing bad, nothing good.
Yeah,
so
we want to make them feel good.
Well, and I'm gonna tell you, just like right now, I'm wearing a vest, kind of cover up the old man bump down here. And
You look very nice.
Thank you very much. And that's what you might want to do, is have something where I could change the sleeve of my shirt and always have this vest. You could have kids not feel conscious about the body parts.
Right.
And
right.
Those are some little simple tips that I try to work with band directors. Now the fabric, when we do a traditional fabric, we have a lifetime warranty. And that's anything that's a manufacturing defect. If a student rubs mustard from a hot dog all over, it's not so much our issue, right? But those lighter lycra milliskin fabrics now don't have the same durability as a polyester blend or ultimately the old school wool.
Right.
So if you wear a shirt underneath the vest, you might get 2 to 3 years out of it if you take really good care of it. So that's why it being modular and being interchangeable and being a way for a school to have many different looks over a 10-year, 12-year, maybe a 7-year lifespan of a uniform, that they could really make their uniform fit their program. It's something that when I was at Carolina Crown with another uniform company that makes their uniforms, it was something we prided ourselves that we could have a look and change it from year to year to fit the show.
Well, and that's sort of the concept of these new, what do you call them, modular? Or whatever, hybrids, is that you can change pieces of it out with your show each year, and they're not designed to last for 7 years, are they? Usually those shirts and those...
And if you think about it this way, pardon me, if you think about it this way, that if a student wears that undershirt, that Under Armour, if you will, like garment, he's sweating it, it's the closest thing to his body. Maybe 2 years later, when that student graduates, you really don't want to hand that garment to the next kid in line. So that's what
I don't want to wear it.
Yeah, I don't either.
But they're designed for that lesser time use.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole point of it, and they're less expensive because of that, right?
They're less expensive. I have done for a number of my clients where we could do. I refer to them as pajamas, that we could print a yoga pant with any design that you want on it, and just a long sleeve top with anything you want on it. And it's very affordable. It's really a lot of the fashion world on a certain scale, that's fitting a niche for them now. So there's a certain customer that buys that garment because they only have $150 to spend per student.
Right.
And then there's a next clientele that wants more of a costume, and that fits their needs. Then they get into the uniform or the hybrids, the modular uniforms, or then the most traditional uniform. Once again, if it's a show band, a military band, a traditional marching band, a BOA style band, UIL in Texas. We cover the whole gambit of what you would want to wear.
So does that make this an interesting time for you guys because there's all this stuff you're doing, or is it stressful?
You know
Maybe
what?
I shouldn't ask you that on camera.
No,
You know what I mean? Like,
It's-
if you're having to do so much,
It's
it's
so
asking
much.
a lot of these uniform companies like yourself.
It's so much fun.
Oh, really?
It really,
I would
really
hope
is.
it would be fun. I was hoping you would answer that way.
It's really so much
Yeah.
fun because this whole modular thing, the thing that you see in the BOA and the large Texas marching bands kind of going into that, that's not for everyone.
Right.
It's not for everyone. I like to
Well,
use...
no, wait, I'm glad you said that because it's one of my concerns is directors are so trying to be trendy and keep up, but it's not right for every group. It's not right for every community.
I'm already seeing some very well-known directors saying we don't want to go in that direction. How do we do something more traditional? Or, hey, we're going to have a traditional uniform that we're going to wear at halftime in our school events and parades, but we're going to go really crazy on the football field.
Okay.
And
Okay.
they let their students buy their costume for competition, so one and
Okay.
done,
Okay.
and then they wear the traditional uniform for other things. But for me, it's great. You can't wear a guard costume for the next 10 years. So the
Right,
way I
right.
say, when people start going down that road that they're going to get something new every year, I say, okay, well, let's just say you have 100 kids in your band that's going to wear this costume, and let's just say it's $250, $300 a student. Well, now you're at 30 grand. If you don't get your next band uniform for 10 years and you do this yearly, that's $300,000. Where if you have 100 uniforms in a marching band and you're spending at the most $450 a uniform, that's $45,000 for a uniform that could last you
Right.
10 years versus $300,000.
You got to do the math
Yeah,
sometimes.
sometimes the math
Yeah.
just doesn't work.
You got to do the math.
Yep.
Well, and just it's not right for everybody. So I love that you guys are being so versatile and you're offering all these varieties so everybody can find what they need.
Absolutely.
It's
And that-
awesome.
and the only thing that that really inhibits us at any one point in time is the limits of the imagination and the limits of time. So we always need a certain amount of time
Okay.
to make a uniform. And it's just, I wish if I had one thing to say this one thing out to the marching band directors watching this is, don't come late with any company. If it's a guard costume company, if it's a marching band uniform company, if it's your music writer, if it's your drill guy,
All of it.
if it's
All
the guy
of it.
making your flags and your band props and whatnot,
Yeah.
the later you come, the harder it is. If everyone in the band world came and put their orders in 1 week, it would paralyze everything. So a normal uniform takes about 6 to 7 months to make a normal band uniform. We need about 8 weeks. 120 days would be great, but we need about 8 to 16 weeks to make a costume, depending on what it is. And that's kind of an industry standard. Anyone who tells you less, it might mean it's just that time of year where there's not a lot of production going on, or maybe they're not telling you the truth. But it takes time. Don't come late.
Yeah, and don't wait till the last minute because if you wait and you order late, then you're backed up. So just plan ahead, people. Plan ahead. Do your job. Don't wait till the last second.
What he said.
Come on. You can do better. You can do better. Don't wait till the last minute. I love what you're doing. Congrats again on the great success with Santa Clara and all the people you're working with in the drum corps world and elsewhere.
We've got some great designers, and we work with wonderful people that push our limits so that we become an even better company every year.
That's wonderful.
So-
And my favorite part about this whole interview is trying to scream over the banging pianos, which you guys are positioned right across the way from the piano booth. Did you guys hear the crazy jazz?
At least we're not hearing Careless Whisper or double high G's on trumpet right now, so we'll take the piano.
Okay, good point. It's all about perspective. Thank you. Put it in perspective. Thank you. It's awesome to see you.
Thank you,
It's great
sir.
to talk
As
to you.
always, enjoy your day.
Subscribe to the Marching Roundtable and Marching Arts Education YouTube channel so you never miss a single video from the Marching Arts #1 source of educational resources, entertaining podcasts, and news from the activity. If you like the Marching Roundtable, please tell a friend or colleague. You are the best way we have to let people know about this valuable resource. Find podcasts at marchingroundtable.com and find live webinars and video content at marchingartseducation.com. Thank you for watching.